Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Phuong Education. I'm teacher Stephanie, your teacher for today. Welcome to A2 English, and congratulations on completing your A1 lessons. You have already built a strong foundation in English. In A1, you learned how to introduce yourself, talk about everyday topics, and use basic grammar and vocabulary. Now it's time for the next step in your English journey. In A2, you will learn how to express your ideas with more confidence, have longer conversations, and talk about a wider range of topics from your daily life. Don't worry if you still make mistakes. That is a normal part of learning. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to communicate and improve little by little every day. Today, we'll begin with a fun and practical topic: free time activities. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to talk about your favorite free time activities, say how often you do them, and ask and answer simple questions about free time. So, are you ready? Let's get started. Before we begin, think about this question. What do you usually do when you are free? Do you watch TV, read books, or listen to music? Keep your answer in mind because you will use it later in the lesson. Today, we will learn three important skills. First, we will learn how to talk about free time activities. Second, we will learn words that tell us how often we do something. And finally, third, we will learn how to ask and answer questions about free time. These are useful skills because people often ask, what do you do in your free time? After today's lesson, you will be able to answer confidently in English. Now let's learn some common free time activities. Listen and repeat after me. Watch TV. Watch TV. Play sports. Play sports. Read books. Read books. Listen to music. Listen to music. Go shopping. Go shopping. Go to the cinema. Go to the cinema. Play video games. Play video games. Go for a walk. Go for a walk. Meet friends. Meet friends. Lastly, we have cook. Cook. Remember, these activities can help you talk about your hobbies and interests. Now, let's learn something very important: the adverbs of frequency. These words tell us how often we do an activity. Now, let's read them together. Always. Please repeat. Always. Always means 100% of the time. Let's read this example sentence. I always cook dinner. I always cook dinner. This means you cook dinner every single day. Second, usually. Usually. Usually is about 80%. This means most of the time. For example, I usually read at night. I usually read at night. Please repeat. Third is often. Often. Often is about 60%. This means you do it many times. For example, I often play sports. I often play sports. Next, we have sometimes. Sometimes. Sometimes is about 40%. This means not all the time. For example, I sometimes go shopping. I sometimes go shopping. Next, we have rarely. Rarely. Rarely is about 10%. This means not very often. For example, I rarely watch TV. I rarely watch TV. Finally, we have never. Never. Never is 0% of the time. This means that you don't do it. For example, we say, I never go to the cinema. Please repeat. Very good. Here is an important rule. Adverbs of frequency usually come before the main verb. For example, I always cook dinner. So this is our verb, and our adverbs of frequency is here. So please keep that in mind. Now let's learn 3 simple sentence patterns. Pattern number 1 is I plus verb plus the activity. For example, I read books. Please repeat. I read books. I watch TV. Good. This is the easiest way to talk about your free time. Pattern number 2, we follow I plus frequency plus verb. For example, I usually go shopping. Please repeat. I usually go shopping. I often play sports. I often play sports. The frequency word comes before the main verb. And for the last pattern, we have I plus verb plus with plus someone. For example, I play games with my friends. Please repeat. I play games with my friends. Lastly, I go for a walk with my sister. I go for a walk with this sister. Fun fact, you can combine all 3 patterns. For example, I often read books with my friend. Did you hear all the 3 parts? First, we have the frequency word, which is often, the activity, which is read books, and the person, which is my friend. This is a great sentence pattern to use in conversations. Now let's learn how to ask questions. We use these question forms to ask about someone's free time. First, we say, what do you do in your free time? Please repeat. What do you do in your free time? One common answer is, I usually listen to music. I usually listen to music. Question number 2, how often do you play sports? How often do you play sports? The possible answer is, I play sports twice a week. I play sports twice a week. Good. For the last question, we say, who do you spend time with? Who do you spend time with? One possible answer is, I spend time with my friends. I spend time with my friends. Now let's practice. I'll ask a question and think of your answer. What do you do in your free time? Very good. Now another one. Who do you spend time with? Excellent! So these questions are very common in everyday conversations. Now let's read a short conversation. Notice how the characters use vocabulary and sentence patterns from this lesson. Person A says, what do you do in your free time? Then, Person B answers, I usually listen to music and read books. Person A asks again, how often do you read? And person B answers, I read every day. It helps me relax. Notice the word usually. Usually is an adverb of frequency. It tells us how often person B does the activity. When speaking English, frequency words make your answers more interesting and natural. Now let's try by doing a role play. I will be person A and you will be person B. Let's start. What do you do in your free time? How often do you read? Good job! Now let's switch roles. You will be person A and I will be person B. Please start. I usually listen to music and read books. I read every day. It helps me relax. Good job! Here are more example sentences using the vocabulary and grammar from this lesson. Pay attention to the frequency adverbs. First, I sometimes go to the cinema with my friends. Please repeat. Good. Notice that we have the frequency word sometimes, the activity go to the cinema, and the persons, which are your friends. Next, we have she often plays tennis on weekends. Please repeat. Okay, good. Notice that our subject is she. So we add, that is right, we add S to the verb play. So from play, it becomes plays. One more. They never watch TV. They prefer reading. Please repeat. Good. Now in the sentence, the word never tells us that they do not watch TV at all. Now it's time for us to check your understanding. Let's start with exercise 1, fill in the blanks. So complete each sentence with the correct form of the verb in brackets. Starting with number 1, I blank football in my free time. I blank football in my free time. Our verb is play. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the correct form of the verb is? Very good. The base form of the verb. We say, I play football in my free time. Good job. Now let's have number 2. She blank TV every day. She blank TV every day. Our verb is watch. Now what is the correct form? All right, so since our subject is she, we add S or ES at the end of the verb. So watch becomes watches. She watches TV every day. And for our last number 3, we blank shopping on weekends. We blank shopping on weekends. Our verb is go. 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Okay, the answer is? It is still go. We go shopping on weekends. Very good, everyone. Now let's move on to exercise 2. Choose the correct answer. So choose the correct answer that correctly completes each sentence. Remember that only one answer is correct. Number 1, I blank read books. I blank read books. A, often. B, play. Or C, eat. I blank read books. Okay, the answer is, of course, the answer is often. Our adverb of frequency. I often read books. Number 2, she blank goes to the cinema. She blank goes to the cinema. A, always. B, cook. Or C, run. She blank goes to the cinema. 3, 2, 1. All right, the answer is? Okay, you got it right. Always. She always goes to the cinema. I hope you got a perfect score. For the last exercise, please answer these questions about yourself using complete sentences. Use the vocabulary and patterns that we learned from this lesson. Number 1, what do you do in your free time? What do you do in your free time? You can start your sentence with this. In my free time, I usually... For example, you can say, in my free time, I usually eat desserts. Number 2, how often do you watch TV? How often do you watch TV? You can try this format. I sometimes, never, or always watch TV. Remember, this is a personal answer, so there is no right or wrong answers. The key is to use the correct grammar patterns. So, good luck! Now, for your homework, I want you to write a short paragraph of 5 to 7 sentences about your free time activities. Use the checklist below to make sure you include everything. First, what you do. So, name at least 2 activities you enjoy in your free time. Second, how often. Use adverbs of frequency such as always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, or never. Lastly, please include who you do these activities with. It can be your friends, family, or it can be your alone time. For example, you can say, in my free time, I usually play football with my friends. I sometimes read books alone at home. If you don't have any idea, I can give you an example. In my free time, I usually play football with my friends. I sometimes read books at home. I often listen to music after work. So, do your best and good luck! That is it! Congratulations! You have completed A2 Lesson 1 Free Time Activities. Today, you have learned 10 free time activities, 6 frequency words, 3 sentence patterns, and 3 useful questions. Remember, English improves when you use it in real life. Try talking about your free time every day using simple English sentences. The more you speak, the more confident you will become. Thank you everyone for learning with me today, and I'll see you in our next lesson. Goodbye!